Hey there! You're here with Intimate Encounters with Samantha and
Adam.
and today we're joined by one of my good friends, Matt. He's in Berlin, but he's from Canada. And today's going to be a bit of a different, shall we say, episode.
It's going to be fucking sick, is what it's going to be.
Now, this is something that you definitely do not want to listen on loud at work, or really, it's just kind of not safe for other ears. Like, this is kind of like maybe your dirty little
whore.
Dirty little whore
podcast.
Dirty little horror podcast today. So what's going to be happening is I'm going to be asking some questions to both Matt and Adam, and they're just going to be answering it to the best of their abilities. And basically, it's going to go in order from, kind of like PG-13 up until like XXX. So get ready for a good show. But before we start, I just wanted to hand it over to Matt and, just like want to hear what you think of Intimate Encounter so far. Why did you want to join us on the show? And just, one fun fact about yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Matt from Canada, living in Berlin. I wanted to join it because I would like to support Sam as much as I can. I think something a new adventure that she's doing, and I'm totally down to support that. One fact about myself is I work with my hands every day. So yeah.
Interesting, very interesting. Can you tell us a little bit more
Yeah.
about how you work with your hands? Are they rough?
They are rough. They've been better now that I've been at home with coronavirus, but they're pretty rough.
What do you
Make
make?
Sorry?
What do you make?
I fix cars as a car mechanic. So, and
Yeah.
I build stuff around the house, things like that.
Quite, I would say, stereotypically masculine roles.
I suppose you could say so, yes.
Nicely in, potentially,
To masculine roles.
to the first question.
All right, so ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm ready.
So my question is, when a guy says, I like it when a girl is natural, do they really mean it? Or are you really thinking like, oh, like I actually would prefer a girl that wears makeup. It's quite sexy. Do you care if they shave their armpits? Do you care if there's hair down there? Like what is natural? And do you like it?
For me personally, I prefer no makeup. And hair also doesn't really bother me. As you can see, I'm quite comfortable with hair. I wish I had a little more up here, but it's natural, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to wake up with a pillow full of makeup, and so I prefer that girls look natural. I think they're beautiful. So
Nice. I would say that. Okay, so one thing that annoys me about girls if they wear too much makeup, and this is something my sisters do that annoy me, is they won't go outside without makeup on, or they feel like they can't go outside unless they're like fully like dressed up and looking amazing. And for me, that just like causes sadness because I'm like, come on, like you're a beautiful girl, you're amazing as you are. I understand that like when you get properly dressed up and put like a dress on, look amazing, like if you go to a ball or something, like putting makeup on, like you do look like super pretty. But I think what for me, like I don't mind if she wears makeup, but if it's being worn out of insecurity, like I don't really like that. And in terms of hair, I love like no hair. I guess we'll get into that a bit later, but like for me, like if I'm going down on a girl and there's no hair, it's just way more enjoyable for me. Especially if it's like if it's stubbly, then I'm like, oh, it's kind of prickly on my mouth. Not the most fun feeling for me.
Yeah.
I like when it's like freshly waxed and you can just get your face in there.
Fun fact, it feels the same when you're kissing a guy that has a beard like that. So don't do that.
I can imagine. That's why I find it fair that I'm all for the hair. But I agree with girls putting like so much makeup on, it even like changes the color of your face. It doesn't. it's I don't know why. I don't understand, but it's too bad that girls feel so insecure about it. I mean, I don't mind a little eyeliner or something like that. That's totally fine. But to put on the foundation like centimeters thick is that's too much.
Cool. And okay, so as a woman, I think most women can relate to this. We feel like, you can see that we've gained a little bit of weight, or if we have a pimple here, or like if our hair is not perfectly straight. Like, do you actually notice these things, or is it all in our heads?
We don't notice the small things. In my personal opinion, I'm not. If I'm attracted to a girl, I'm staring at her eyes and not focusing on her slight imperfections. Focusing on her attitude, how she presents herself, and whatever. Um, but yeah, those are bigger things to me than focusing on these small little things. If your hair's straight or one piece is out. I mean, it also makes me feel more comfortable when there is a flaw because I'm also flawed. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
I would say, Sam actually asked me this question. She like ran through them with me before recording, and I deliberately didn't answer them. And when she asked me this one, I was like, the way she said it was, "Do you notice our little flaws?" And I was like, I wasn't really sure what you were talking about.
Okay.
So I think that's quite like I think a lot of guys would feel the same. It's like, oh, do you notice all my imperfections? I'd be like, if you like asked me to try and pick some, I'd be like, I really don't know. Like, I wouldn't know what you think is an issue. But I think because we all see each other, we see ourselves in the mirror every day, and we kind of know what we think our like best look is. I think we everyone's more self-critical of their imperfections than not. For me, in terms of like a pimple, like it depends how like noticeable it is. There's a big red one on the end of your nose, and like, yeah, I'm gonna notice it. I'm gonna not see it. But again, like if it's this massive thing like here, like of course I'm gonna see it. I'm not like
not blind.
Not blind, I'm a fucking idiot. No offense to any blind people. I wasn't calling you idiots. I wasn't calling you. But it doesn't mean I don't like you any less because you have a pimple, or if your hair's not like perfect. I think it kind of goes along with the makeup thing, in that like, look, you are who you are. If we're in a relationship or if we're friends or something, it's not because I'm like, whoa, this person's like so pretty and full stop. Like there's so much more that goes into it. That's only a part of it. And I would say friends, like, as long as you have like basic hygiene and aren't like super unhealthy, like this like blob of like overweight like person, I don't know, like that can't walk or whatever, then like, you just do you. It doesn't, I wouldn't say it matters that much.
But we're not fat shaming.
No, we're not fat shaming.
Anyway, next question.
Anyway.
Okay, what are some differences in like the cultures that you've dated? Like, are girls different while you're dating them? Are they different in bed? Like, what are some like things that you really like about dating different cultures? And like, what is there something that you like about dating your own culture? And like, what are some of the differences with it? And also just like in bed and on dates.
Well, I think dating different cultures is just as exciting as dating different people. Everybody is unique, and different cultures have different uniquenesses. So yeah, I haven't dated a whole lot, but so far, I find that it's interesting to find different things that are normal, perhaps, in my Western culture versus other cultures where they're like, yeah, you shouldn't do that, don't act like that, and it's kind of interesting. But usually it's small things.
Can you give us an example?
For example, when my girlfriend's mom was here, I was burping after having some beer, and she was telling me that it's kind of inappropriate in our culture. Whereas, I don't know, for us, I think it's normal if we have a beer and then burp after.
Yeah, just belching all over the place.
Yeah, I've always found it normal. I've never had anyone say, no, don't do that.
Where's your girlfriend from?
Sorry?
Where's your girlfriend from?
Ukraine.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Do you find, well, okay, for me, like, I'd say the biggest thing is if you're dating someone from a different culture, they can speak a different language. So,
Yeah.
like, in the bedroom, things are obviously different because they say, like, different words. They're like, duh. Sort of, yeah. So,
You're like, I can't understand you.
No. No, but I've learned some like filthy, filthy shit in other languages. That is pretty cool. Especially if you're learning. So I was like learning Spanish and lived in Colombia, and like the girl I was dating there, she would say, "Oh, this what would she say?" She was like, she'd say like "que rico verga," which means like such a delicious dick. Like, and like I'm not fluent in Spanish by any means, but like I know what that means. And she just like, yeah. So yeah, that's one. I'd say that's one thing. I'd say I don't know whether like my experience with dating other cultures is like super, what is it, whether I have a large enough sample size, shall we say, but I felt like with Russian girls, and you might feel the same with Ukrainian girls, is that they're quite harsh in like real life and a bit colder than we might expect. But then once you like get into the bedroom and like go on dates, they can be like so loving and like so kind and like cuddly and stuff. And I thought that was really nice. But they were like less quick to show affection on the streets.
That makes sense.
Similar thing, Matt?
Yeah, I find that with Germans as well. They can be a little bit cold, and then must be sort of. I mean, Germany's borderline east and west, so I suppose that that culture has been
yeah.
But I would agree.
All right, so it's gonna start getting a little bit more risque.
Okay.
Oh, dun dun dun.
A little bit. So like, I'm wondering, what are some things that you think about during sex? Is it always the same thing, or like what are you thinking about? Is it just like, is it focused on the girl? Is it thinking about baseball? I know that that's like a thing that some movies like baseball, cold showers. Like, are you thinking that, or is it like what's going on in your mind? And does it change person to person?
Usually for me, I try to just listen to the woman's body and sound and movement, and I just really try to focus on her as much as possible. Otherwise, if I start focusing on other things, then it doesn't really work out so well for me. So I try to focus on the moment and finding out what buttons do what things.
When you say it doesn't work out, what does that mean?
Meaning like if my mind starts wandering, then I start kind of losing my interest in having sex at all, and just doesn't always work out.
This isn't working out for me.
You know what? It's just not working out at the moment. Let's just watch a movie.
About Star Wars. Why do I still have a boner? Am I into
exactly?
Oh gosh. Okay, so for me, what do I think about? I say it depends on a lot of things. So it depends if I'm like inebriated. Often then I find that I'm like usually like way more in the moment. And just like focus on the feeling a lot more, and they can be like connected, especially like high. Are we saying this? Like if you smoke weed or something, like then it's just like the best. Like
yes.
Just oh my god, that
So what are you thinking of when you're high?
okay, so it's just like part of me knows that like smoking weed is a slight vice for me, but I try not to do that much. But like genuinely, like sex with whilst high with a girl that you've like already slept with a few times, you have that connection, you know you like have good sex anyway. You've got past those first few awkward bits, you know how to make each other come, all that shit. High, and then if you're at the stage with like no condom, like where she's like, you know, on the pill or whatever, you talked about it. It just doesn't get better. It doesn't get better than that. Does not get better than that.
So let's figure what's going on in your head.
Okay, what's going on? Yeah, sorry. I got a bit lost.
Am I stoned? Am I stoned yet or not? I can get stoned.
Okay, what's going on in my head there? I feel like in that particular moment, it's just like so aware of just the pleasure everywhere, and that everything's just on end, and everything feels so amazing, and I'm like focused, almost in this like animalistic. I feel like very masculine, and I love it if she feels like super feminine, and like for me, like sometimes I'm a bit hindered in terms of like dirty talk, but it's like hi, it can just stream out, no problem. What am I thinking? But okay, so I'd say then it's just like lovely, awesome pleasure in general. But sometimes I feel like I'm like, maybe if I'm not high, I can get. Sometimes if I'm like, I really want to come, and I feel like I can't. I feel like I need to force it. Then yeah. Sometimes this. Oh god, this sounds bad. Sometimes, oh no, oh god. Okay, so, oh god.
Spit it out.
Sometimes I have like, when I'm trying to come, like right at the end, if it's like too much and we're both kind of like finished, I'll sometimes like close my eyes and think of like porn. But that's like very rare, like need to go, like that's, my more issue is that I find it like harder to finish sometimes rather than other guys I know who like done in like a few seconds. So sometimes I actually think that's like an issue, and I probably shouldn't be doing that. And I don't feel like great when I do that, but that has happened a few times. But I wouldn't say it's like a regular thing.
Okay. So like I just wanted to recap that I basically did hear from both of you that neither of you think during sex.
Yeah.
That's the recap I'm going with.
Yeah.
Well, all the blood is going to a different place.
Yeah. I don't know. You're just kind of in the moment, like you're like, this is. But you're not in the head like this is great, but for me, it's very like primal and animalistic, and like if she's like,
I would say.
Oh, sorry, Matt. I'm just talking.
I would say if I'm drunk, I'm also a little bit more. I want to be a little more rough, and I get a little more animalistic. I would definitely say that it's a little more like, yeah, let's fucking. When I'm drunk, I'm like that. I'm not so nice and interested in how she's feeling. I'm more focused on myself and just wanted to go crazy. This, I agree with you on that.
Well, sometimes I'm like, is she enjoying this? Sometimes I feel actually like. I don't like. For example, if it's like been like super passionate and like she's just calm or something, then you get into a new position, and then it's almost like it's like the aftermath of it, but you're still going, and I'm like, oh, like is this? I find something like, for example, if she's facing away from me, I find it harder to connect, and so like especially in doggy style, I'm like, is she liking this? Like, is this good? Does she like it like this? Like, yeah, I find myself I can get a bit was it doubtful about being like, but if we're like face to face and like kissing and talking and stuff, then I feel more comfortable.
Okay.
Is that
That's good. Yeah.
There we go.
I agree.
So actually something came up here with what you said, Adam.
Okay.
So you said that you have to, at the end, sometimes force yourself to come.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you need to come? what really like blue balls or like, you know,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't always come from sex.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
why is there this pressure,
Yeah.
so to speak, that a guy needs to come?
Mm.
And like, why do you feel that? Do you feel that? Like, what?
Yeah.
You do feel that pressure? Or like, do you feel that pressure? And really, like, why? And do you think it's necessary? And has anyone ever said like no? Like, I mean, personally, like I've been like, no, like this isn't working for me. Like, no. And a guy's like, oh, I have blue balls. I'm like, I don't care. Like, don't care. Get the fuck out of my head. So, yeah, just that's my question. Like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to feel when I was younger, used to feel that I had to come. It was the point. But as I've aged a little bit, I've realized that sometimes it just doesn't happen, and it's okay because women also don't always come. So I don't feel the pressure anymore. I think it's totally fine to just be like, yeah, sorry, hon, it's not gonna happen for me, but I'll do whatever I can to help you, but it's just not happening. And I've learned to accept that as the way it is.
Oh, a quick follow-up question. Have you
Yeah.
ever like faked an orgasm in order to like prove that you came?
I have once before when I was too fucked up and I knew I couldn't come, and she was on a mission to make it happen. So I was wearing a condom at the time, obviously, and just made sure to get rid of the evidence as quick as possible. But so far, it's only happened one time that I had to be like, fine, okay.
Can you give us what you did?
Sorry?
Can you show us what you did?
Can you show us your fake orgasm?
Something along that line. I mean, it's hard to really get in the moment, just like this, but
Okay.
I'm sure it looks something like that.
She's not watching.
Oh gosh.
I hope it was as good for you guys as it was for me.
Hey. Yes.
How about you?
I do feel pressure to come, definitely. In some ways, because I always feel like better after I do. Like I call it the post-coital cuddle. I think it's coital, but I call it, but so like the post-sex cuddle.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, for me, in some respects, that is better than the actual sex itself. Like when you're both there naked, you're both like giving your all to each other, like your egos are stripped bare, and you can just lie there and just talk and laugh, and it's just awesome. And I find that like if I haven't come, I don't feel like as relaxed, and it doesn't feel like it's like finished. Something I also feel is if it's like the first time I'm having sex with a girl, I definitely feel pressure then, because I feel like I'm like this is kind of it, and I feel like if it's bad, then it may not happen again, and I kind of do feel a bit of pressure to perform, because if I really like this girl and want to see her again, then like I'm like, well, I want her to enjoy this. I also want to do my part as well, because I have had it where like it has like fucked up the first time, and then we just haven't seen each other, and I'm like, well, that sucks, because that was fun, and now nothing's happening. So yeah, I definitely do feel a bit of pressure.
So have you faked an orgasm?
Oh, I've never faked an orgasm though. I have thought about it, but.
And what is your fake orgasm face?
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I couldn't get out of it, could I really? Oh god, sorry, Mum. Should I like really overdo it? I'm like, I don't know. It's like, be like, oh god, be like, oh! Sorry. Like,
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, then I start crying. I'm crying. You did it so well. It was like, yeah, that's my fake orgasm face. I thought I'd be cool, but running out of time? Okay, cool.
Huh.
Zoom's just sent us some notification. Yes, wait, I think I should do it again. I can't do it. Oh, gosh.
Okay, but
Anyway, it was a valiant effort.
Yeah, it's a good call.
God, that was weird.
Your day will come when you have to do the fake orgasm.
Yeah, before, like, oh.
Yeah, I'm experienced.
Lot to learn.
Okay. Okay.
Keep practicing.
Okay, so kind of as I guess like playing off of the noise that we're now experiencing. I want to talk a little bit about noise during sex. Like I feel like, so I used to be a lot more quiet because also when I first started having sex, I was living at my parents' house and you have to be fucking quiet because that'd be super fucking weird. And then like having flatmates and all that kind of stuff, it's just like I was always whatever. And then I started making more noise because one of my boyfriends was just like, are you enjoying? I'm like, oh, I'm just like, I am. And I was like, I never even thought about it. And now it's just kind of become like a part of that. So really what I'm wondering is, do you guys like noise while lovemaking? Do you do it yourselves? Have you been called anything? Have you called your partners anything? What are some of those words? Like, do you like being called daddy? Like, that kind of stuff. So like, yeah, that's my question to you.
I personally love noise. It really helps me get into the moment. And like I said, when I'm having sex, I like to experiment and feel and hear what buttons do what. And so it's very important for me. I guess my dirty talk is more like romantic sort of talk. I don't really like being called, well, I don't mind it, I'm sure, but I haven't often been called daddy or something like that. It seems more like a porno style kind of thing. I prefer more like how much I love you and how good it feels to be inside you, and how these kind of things are a little bit more work better for me, we'll say. But yeah, no, noise is a real help, definitely. If a girl's just lying there, you're right, like your boyfriend said, are you enjoying it? This feels weird. I almost feel like I'm doing something wrong. Why am I the only one enjoying this? And I also like to make a lot of noise as well. So she knows that I'm also enjoying it from my end.
Is it more of like a moan? Like a
Yeah, I usually do a quiet moan, and then getting towards the climax, and I'll really let things, well, not really, but let things out a little bit more.
What are some of the stranger things you've been called, or things that maybe you don't like, or just thought were funny?
Things I don't. Yeah, I really don't think I would like to be called daddy. I feel like it would be like I'm doing something wrong to somebody. I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe bad boy would be okay. Bad boy would be fine, I guess. But yeah, it's my dirty talk is certainly more romantic.
I love how you're like, yeah, bad boy, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Like, you are a bad boy. Oh, thank you, honey.
Yes. Sometimes I am. Yes, I've noticed that too. Yeah.
Oh God. Amazing, amazing. I knew this would be so good. It's such a good episode. Okay. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
I love noise so much. I think partly because I've been like raised on porn, and so that's what like the girls do a lot in porn, and they're like super loud. And we'll probably come to this later. But that was bad. Well, it wasn't intended. It wasn't intended, so it's okay if it's bad. I would say, actually. Okay, so I fucking love noise so much. Like if a girl is like screaming, like super into it, she's like like, or she's just like, yes, that's so good. I love Daddy. I've started doing Daddy recently in the bedroom, and I love it so much. I've also started. So my friend actually recommended this book. It's called Sex God Method.
God Method.
Yeah. And I was a bit dubious. He was like, dude, you have to read it. It's incredible. I was like, okay. And in it, he talks about like good dirty talk phrases to use.
Ooh.
So some of them are like, and he says like dominance is super important for sex. But I know you don't like that, but he recommends that. And that's what I've been like trying out recently in the bedroom. Sounds like it. Not that I've personally found out. She just told me.
To make that clear.
I'm not dating anyone. Don't worry. So things like, oh god, these sound pretty like these are pretty intense. But so things like saying like you're my like dirty little slut, like my whore, like things like that. Honestly, like some girls I've been with like absolutely like love that shit, and I do as well. And there was one time, so I was with my friends in Poland recently. I was seeing this girl, and we hadn't slept. I don't think we'd slept together yet. We'd like almost got there like 3 times. And then she was like, look, I'll come round if there's no one around. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, but I can't guarantee there'll be no one around at these hours. I was like, you can come round tonight and there won't be anyone here. It will just be me and you. And she was like, oh, I can't do tonight. How about tomorrow? And I was like, okay, you can, but like, I can't promise that there'll be no one around. And when she came around, there were like 12, 13, 14 people in this like tiny apartment, the most we've literally ever had. And I took her to my room and like fucked the shit out of her. And one of my friends' mum was there. And I asked them afterwards, like, did you hear it? And they were like, yeah, we heard absolutely everything. And I genuinely like, I felt like a king because I was like, yes, that is what I wanted to do. Like everyone heard. And yeah, for me, that was like such a huge turn on. So yeah, I like the noise.
Okay. What do you like being called?
I like Daddy, Sir, Experiment. Sir. Yeah.
Another reason why we will never be sexual.
I find names actually a bit odd. Like if a girl's like, oh, Adam, I'm like, huh. And I find calling her name a bit odd as well. Once I've just said that, I'm like, I don't think I'm like objectifying her, but I just like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't really like it myself, and so I find it a bit odd.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So okay, this one. So I'm sure that everyone in the room has had performance issues. Whether you're not able to get it up. I mean, one of the common reasons why is, I mean, if you drank too much or, done other substances, could be one of the reasons. But are there other reasons why you haven't been able to get it up? And like, if so, what could your partner have done differently to have helped the situation? Is there anything to help the situation? Why couldn't you get it up that time? And like, yeah, because I mean, I've always tried to like not be like, oh, whoa, your dick is so soft. Like, it's more just like, hey, baby. Like, I mean, obviously that probably wouldn't help if you just pointed like, ah!
No, I don't think it would.
Oh, wow!
God.
Boom!
Like, yeah, like how, like what's a way to remedy that if it's, and like is like, yeah, just give me the lowdown on your little worms.
Well, it happened to me once when was seeing a girl for a couple months, and then we had decided to call it off. And I was out partying and picked up this girl, and everything was fine that night. And then she thought that, hey, we should meet up again. And that's when the kind of breakup started to sink in emotionally. And then it was very difficult for for mm, for me to get hard at that point. And all she said is, "Well, you're here, and well, I may as well have some fun if you can't." So I just did what I could to her. But yeah, I think the best thing to do would just distract me from what's going on. Maybe, I don't know, just try to get me out of the sad mental state that I was in somehow. Make some jokes, be happy, make light of the situation. Maybe not point at their penis and say, "Hey, look at yourself." Probably wouldn't help. I'd probably get out the door pretty quick at that point. But yeah, maybe just try to distraction, and maybe come back to it, and hopefully it would work after that. But yeah, I think sex is also quite a big mental game for men as well. We have to be in the right mental space to fully enjoy it. So that's important.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of it is mental. Really, especially for me, I found. Well, sometimes, sometimes I like tire myself out. Oh wait, but do you mean like before sex, or do you mean during, or at any time?
At any time. I mean, like any time in a sexual encounter.
Okay, so sometimes I feel like, I guess this is something I'm kind of working on as well. Like, I almost like don't take care of myself during sex, and I'm like so focused on her that I genuinely like tire myself out. And then I'm like, whoa, okay, like I need a break. And then it's like, it's not fun when you're like panting hard. like, okay, like my dick's getting a bit soft, like let's just have a break here. And I found that in like more like longer term relationships, that's fine. But in like one night stands and stuff, I'm like, God damn it, like why did I do this again? Like because it can just be a bit like, it's like, you're tired. And I'm like yeah, like I'm trying, but like I've been fucking you, and now like yeah, now I'm a bit soft. I've kind of got a bit used to it though.
Soft?
No, as in I've started to become aware of when I think I'm going to make myself too tired, and then just kind of like easing it off and changing the pace a bit.
Okay.
But beforehand, the most recent example was I was with a girl. We were like flirting all night, and then she just wasn't that good a kisser, and she seemed a bit too drunk as well, and I was like no, like I don't. I was like, no, this isn't good. But in general, I think like a really bad kisser for me is like a huge turn off as well. And yeah, I'd say they're big ones.
Okay, so like if someone's a bad kisser, you wouldn't be able to get hard.
No, yeah, like or if it's just like a bad connection with the girl, and you think, yeah, I just feel like when you're with someone and you have that like, there's like the electric connection in the bed, and you're like, boom, ready to go. But sometimes it can just feel a bit off, and you're just like, no, I don't think. And sometimes you're like, oh, okay, well, we're here already. Let's like move it forward and see. And then I'm like, actually, no, like I don't really. This in that case, I say it's just like, it's kind of what you said a minute ago, where you're like, this isn't working for me. That's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear Andy. So okay, yeah, okay. So moving on, come. So I'm not gonna ask that one
Right
question.
now, in front of everyone.
I'm right.
Moving on. Come. Okay.
I feel like every guy has this fantasy of coming on a girl's face. So my first question is, have you done it? Did it work out the way you thought it would? And then from there, where is a place that you like to come? Yeah, actually that's it. Why? Wow. Follow up.
For me, my favorite place was always the belly button. It was a good target. Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, it's also convenient. It's right there and ready. So I just that was always. And for some reason, I think it looks kind of, to me, it looks kind of sexy when I've come on a girl and she's, I don't have a problem with it. I've aimed for the tits once and hit her in the face, but I haven't purposely gone for the face yet. It's been an accident, like I said, one time. But other than that, I'm a fan of the stomach.
So you've never like tried to come on a girl's face?
No, not intentionally. I've usually tried to aim for the tits sometimes because some girls really like that. Oh, come on my tits. So, okay, no problem. And then overshot a little bit and hit her in the face. And we just kind of laughed at it. But that was it. I've never had anyone say, "Yeah, I like it when you come on my face," or "Come close my eyes with your cum," or something like that. Has never happened. Yes.
Like that's not what happens in real life, okay?
No, not from my experiences.
No, bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Wait, can I just pull it back, Matt? Like, I love your just like approach to life so much. Like the way you tell stories is just, it's making me so good. Like she's like, oh, come on my tits. You're like, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Do it.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Like me, it's like way more intense. It's like, oh yeah, come on. It's like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna do that. But you're just like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll help you out. Hey, do you want a cup of biscuits? Like, else I can get? Come on, it's coming right up. Like,
one order, come on tits, coming right up. Sorry, hit you in the face. Sorry about that. Let me get that.
sorry about that. So good. Like I'm not like that at all. Oh, amazing. What were you saying? Come on the face.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, partly like this is definitely influenced by porn for me, but like I love coming on face.
Okay, but have you done it?
Oh, of course I've done it. What do you mean have I done it? Of course I've done it.
Well,
No, but he didn't say he loved coming on girls' faces.
I've never had cum on my face intentionally.
I know, but like I mean it's I have done it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, what was the experience for the girl? Like, did she look happy? Did she look incredibly uncomfortable?
No. Oh, okay. So like, I wouldn't say like I like force it upon her.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't say. Okay, that's actually that's kind of happened once. In that, so she was like finishing me off, and she said, I was like, oh, I want to come on your face. She's like, yeah. And we like said it a few times that was going to happen, and then I got close, so like I took control of the steering wheel, shall I say, and then like moved her so that I could come on her face. We'd already agreed that it was going to happen, and then at the last minute she was like, no, and like turned away, and then I came on her shoulder, like I like covered like her shoulder, like absolutely covered it. But other girls, like especially if I'm with them long term, like I love coming on their face. And some aren't into it, and if they're not into it, I won't force them, but I will always be like, I want to come on the face. And this is like such a great memory for me. So the last time I don't know. Well, when I was traveling, I was dating this girl, and the last time we were together, and the last time we had sex, she was like, "I wanted to come on my face," and I was like, "Yeah." And I like climbed on top of her, and her like face was below me. And before I came, she said, "I want you to remember this." And then I came all over her face, and I still remember it. Like I probably remember it forever. Like that was one of the hottest moments like ever for me. I was like, whoa. She's like looked me dead in the eyes and was like, "I want you to remember this." And I was like, whoa. Like she was like, "I want you to like take me," and yeah, like I love that so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Please don't come on my face.
Yeah, I would say don't like just. I'd say I always talk about it.
Make sure there's consent. Make sure it's talked about. Yes.
I know not everyone's into it, but
Sure.
Okay, moving on.
we're so different.
Prostate massages.
Ooh.
Have you received one? Do you like them? And have you ever done it to yourself? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, those questions.
In that area expertise, I'm not so I'm not so knowledgeable about. I have had a girlfriend attempt it before, but it's only been one time. I don't think that we managed to make it happen properly because it was not super enjoyable for me. But I'm willing to look into that avenue more as something to experiment with. So that's all I can say about that topic. Unfortunately, that part is not such my area of expertise.
You are in Berlin, number one. So remember that. You know that's what they do there. Prostate massage.
Sorry, Sam wants to go back.
So I can massage people's prostates.
That's what they do in Berlin. Everyone gets a prostate massage.
You are. I know not everyone has a prostate, but what if they check anyway?
We're gonna look anyways. We're gonna check.
I'm not gonna just assume that you look like that you don't have a prostate. I'm gonna put my finger up there to check.
Welcome to Berlin.
You haven't tried it on yourself to give it a little
I have once before a while ago, but I didn't get very far into it. It felt really uncomfortable kind of right away. But yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend. I had a girlfriend try it once, but yeah, it was also. I think I get too stressed out about it, and I need to learn how to relax when it's happening. But it just, I get very tense and oh my god.
Poppers.
Yeah. Okay.
Get that shit.
Okay.
I guess you can't really.
All right.
I mean, everything's closed because of COVID, but toppers. Anyway.
Okay. Good advice.
So this is something I only found out about recently. Actually, so yeah, a girl I was dating near the end of our time together.
Cum face girl?
Yes, it's the same girl. I just told this wonderful story about. She initiated it actually, and she was like, "Oh, we should try this," and I was like, "Okay." Like, I wouldn't say I feel proud of this, but I want to be honest. Like, I definitely, like in my mind, there is this kind of like, oh, if I like it, then I'm gay. And I think that's like, I personally would expect that a lot of guys have a similar hurdle, and that they're like, because I wasn't like brought up like being like super anti-gay or anything. I'm nothing against like gay people or anything like that, but I feel like part of my identity is kind of locked in with this, and it's just like normal guy girl sex. And so I definitely know I'm a bit scared to do it on the one hand, and a bit nervous. For example, I think I even said to her like please don't tell anyone about this, because I was like which is sad. I think that's quite sad, actually, because it shouldn't be that way. But I want to be honest.
Yeah.
And I have tried it on myself, but like with my fingers, but it's like super. Like my fingers get like super tired, like really quickly. And I've read some stuff online, and they were like, "Look, you just have to buy like a massager." And I actually almost did before I came to Bansko. I even said this to Sam. I was like, I almost bought one because I knew I was going to be like free living on my own, and I would have proper opportunity to do it.
I'm free. I can explore my prostate.
Genuinely, the night before, no, like maybe a week or so before I came, I was like, oh, maybe. But I didn't have it. But it is something I do want to explore now, partly just like solo, but also with a girl. Like I think I'm getting to that stage now where I've kind of almost, if you name the fear and name what you're scared of, you're kind of like I just did a second ago. You're like, this is like, why am I scared? So yeah, that's what I think about that. I would do it with a girl first and with like toys first. But then, yeah, I don't know if I would want to do it with it. Yeah, I don't know about with a guy.
Well, I guess this kind of segues. I mean, I think it'll be a pretty quick question, just like yes or no. Would you ever let a girl peg you?
The right girl.
I think I've kind of just said yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
it would have to be the right girl. Like I wouldn't be like like one night stand, like, all right, baby. Like, here's a 12-inch black dildo. I want you to strap that to your front. I'm just gonna lay. It's gonna stick my ass in the air. Here's the lube. Going.
I have a lot of time left on this earth, hopefully, so it could happen, but as of yet.
Yeah.
I just thought of something. Okay, have you ever fisted a girl?
No.
I haven't done more than 3.
More than 3 fists?
Oh, I thought you meant 3 girls. I thought you meant I haven't fisted more than 3 girls.
Wait, what?
His fingers. He must be.
To get my full fist up there would be tough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. Okay, so those are like 2 non-questions. Okay, anyways, this is the final question that I have written down. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does a vagina feel like to you? Are vaginas all different? Do they feel different? Like what makes them different? And do you notice a difference between an asshole and a vagina?
I would say yes on all 3.
Yeah.
They certainly feel different than the asshole, that's for sure. And all vaginas definitely are different. Some are smaller, some are larger, some are there's different qualities and uniquenesses between them, without a doubt. And what was the first one again?
What does a vagina feel like?
What does it feel like? It feels like the most warm and comfortable place that you can be. There's it's hard to describe, other than it's way better than any other holes that I've experienced. The mouth, the anus, and the vagina. Vagina is by far the best feeling.
Well, okay, so like American Pie, he fucks an apple pie. So, like, does it feel like that? Like, what would you compare a vagina to of the things that you fucked? Because I feel like if I had a penis, I would put it in everything. Like everything. Like every kind of fruit, every kind of vegetable, like that, like everything. Like between pillows, like, I don't know, like my water bottle, like everything.
Yeah.
And every type of liquid, like, I don't know, it would just be like constantly in stuff. So like, I assume that's what you guys have done growing up. Like, quite jealous.
Having a little penis envy.
But yeah, like, is there a comparison, or is the vagina just a league of its own?
I would say it's a league on its own, but I guess if it were, I don't know, what would I compare it to? Maybe like if tried to put a finger inside of a tomato, I guess, because there's different kind of. I don't know. I have to try it. I'm curious. I'm curious to look into that for myself. What would it most likely be like?
We'll have to do a follow-up.
Your girlfriend's gonna come home or come out of her.
All these fruits are going to be destroyed all over the house.
Please, I wanted to eat that.
You can get another one. You've had mouth before, it's fine. Oh.
Okay. Okay. But like, I guess like I'm really just trying to get at like, you know, like what does it feel like? Like how can I describe
Like just like a delicious warm like cave. Just
Yes, it's very comforting, and
don't
it's
your dick. Just
think of all the good feelings that you can have, and that's how it feels.
and it just yeah, I guess I don't know how I would describe it to someone who doesn't have a dick. That's the thing. Like there are some things like I think sometimes if you're like masturbating and you use lube, sometimes it can feel kind of similar, especially if you're like warm. But I don't know what I would just like, because again, like the number of nerves on your dick is different to the number of nerves on your fingers. If you put your fingers in something, it will feel the same as if you put your dick in something.
Agreed. It's tough to describe. I concur.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's kind of a hard. That's kind of saying like, what does red look like to someone who doesn't know the color red?
It looks like red.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's unsatisfactory.
Like where do you feel the sensations? Yeah, on your dick. Like where on your dick? Like do you feel more sensation in certain parts? Like I know like the head supposedly.
Yeah, I would say probably in on the head or just below it, at the front of the head, just below it. I would say, but
like when you're like deep inside pussy. Like how does that like do you feel like all of it is being encompassed, or like is there a certain part that like feels like more of a sensation? Because like
certainly the head is more sensation, but you can feel all of it, but it's mostly, I would say, concentrated at the top.
Some feel roomier. Some vaginas definitely feel roomier.
Okay.
And some smaller.
Yeah, nice and long tight.
Yes.
If a girl needs to poo, can you feel the poo? You can feel inside her.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I mean, maybe if
I just go for
I never really
just like rip shitting all over me. If I'm honest.
Like does it feel smooth or does it feel flappy?
Oh, okay. No, smooth. Yeah, smooth all the way in.
Always smooth.
Smooth all the way. Yeah. Even though some girls have more flaps, shall we? I don't know, like more external like skin. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That you can even like it's like opening the curtains, like to especially with like eating her out or something. But some girls are like, you don't have that at all. It's just like almost like a really like thin slit, for example.
Okay.
But surely
I have slept with a woman with a hysterectomy before, and that was interesting.
How?
It was like a small entrance into a very large room where there was just a lot of space in there. I couldn't feel anything, any other pressure. Like if you have sex with a woman who hasn't had a hysterectomy, you feel the whole pressure around the whole time. With that one, it's just in the entrance that you feel it. The rest is like,
I've had, I've had that as well. This was actually one of my girls I was sleeping with in a longer term relationship. She, for some reason, whenever we did doggy, it was almost like I was like a pump, like genuinely like pumping air inside of her. And yeah, exactly, that's exactly it. It was like an entrance to a large room. Like even if I put my fingers in, I was like, this is humongous in it. Like it was crazy. And then
yeah.
if I took my dick out, she would like queef like crazy. Like I've never had it before. Never had it since, sorry. But like, yeah, that was I've only just come back to that now. But yeah, that is odd. That was unusual. Both of us were like, what the fuck is going on?
Wait, there's an inside of a what? What? I'm confused.
The space inside, it was almost like the inside of her, like it filled with air. Honestly, and that's what it must have done because that's why she queefed.
It does. It does.
Yeah. Has that happened to you, Matt?
That has happened, yes. But the hysterectomy was like that all the time, and without needing to build up with air. It was just like always expanded. Yeah, that's what it's like.
Have you guys ever dick queefed?
Sorry,
Is it possible?
didn't know that.
Yes.
Where does it come out of?
It's just like a little bubble air build up in your shaft,
And
it makes a little.
Really? Not that I've noticed.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Can't say I've noticed either.
Okay, I'll send you guys a video after this.
Cool.
Also, have you ever noticed a difference? Like, I don't know if you've had sex with women that have had delivered children and not. Have you noticed a difference if you have?
Only with the hysterectomy was the only difference that I noticed. Other than that, I didn't notice anything. No.
So I haven't, but I've asked my friend who has, and he said like, yeah, like you can't tell.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, it may change with age. I don't know. I mean, that's quite a stereotypical thing, right? Like young, tight younger girls are tighter.
That's not always true.
Huh?
But that's not always true.
No.
It can be young or not, and it's variable.
But yeah, I guess that's my piece. I'm still trying to think of what does it feel like, other than just a warm, lovely envelope.
I was also struggling with it. It just is very comforting and just feels great all over from your head to your toes. It just is like.
But with a condom, it's different. With a condom, it's like I know it could be there, and it's just like it's all that numbed a bit, basically.
Okay.
I agree. It definitely takes the feeling down
so much. Yeah. Oh, I actually wanted to say this earlier. I didn't say this in response to your with the cum question, like because I just talked about how I love coming on girls' faces, but now like I'm genuinely a bit nervous. Like I'm not sure where to come actually if it's not the face, like because I'm like I guess I would go for the belly button as well. But I used to love like also like a good close second is like coming inside the girl, especially no condom, especially if you're like long term and if she's on the pill and all that, or something else. But yeah, like I would never do it like a one night stand with someone I don't know. But even condom, come inside a girl, I'm just nervous about that. So I prefer it, but I definitely kind of like pussy out, not pussy out, like I wuss out. And yeah, because I'm like, I've had it before where it's broken. And then I have like come inside it and it's broken, and then we have to go get like the morning after pill, and I'm like, well, this sucks.
Not great.
No. So I don't like to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's good because sometimes you can't even notice when it breaks.
Yeah,
It's like you pull it out and you're like, oh shit.
Just if you can't notice when it breaks,
Oh,
then would it matter if you were wearing a condom or not? Oh,
I actually think, Matt, it's not that you don't notice. It's almost that if you're like lost in the moment, you're just like,
Yeah.
whoa, this feels so good. And
Yeah, I agree. You can't.
yeah.
You're just concentrated on the feeling, and it's.
yeah.
You're like, oh, these condoms are good.
It just got so much better. Oh my god, it feels so much more amazing. And then you realize, oh, that's because it's broken. So yes, it does make a difference.
I feel good.
And there's a condom. You probably broke the condom. Is what we've come to the conclusion.
Something it's
Yes.
sometimes as well is like the condom like comes off. Like not even that it breaks, but that like I don't know.
Yeah,
almost
sometimes it's peeled off.
lips like grab the end of it and slide it off. Like I've definitely had it where the condom's like inside her. And I like my dick, like there's nothing on my dick, and I'm like, where has it gone? And I've had to like reach up inside. She's like, no, like it's somewhere else, and I'm like, where else could it
Be anywhere else.
where else it could be? I'm like, I'm up there, and I'm like, look, here it is, here it is.
Yes, I've had this experience before too.
I think that on that note,
Final thoughts. Anything that you would like to share about anything? I mean, I'm done my questions. Like, what are your thoughts on sex and life and happy pleasure?
Have fun and keep it consensual. Those are my experiments because it's a lot of fun, and try not to feel too nervous or too ashamed. Everybody has has their flaws or their things, so don't focus too much about it. Just be natural.
nice. My final thoughts would be, first off, thank you, Matt, for joining us.
No problem.
Okay, shit. All right, well, I want to thank you anyway. But I definitely want to do this with two girls now, with you and another girl, and like ask like all the same questions because this was like so great. And I have loads of questions now. Number one being, what does a dick feel like?
Yeah, I think you're onto something with this.
I think so. Yeah, I'd just echo Matt's points. I think you kind of, the more you try, the more you experiment, the more comfortable you get, yeah, the better it gets.
Cool. So, as Adam was saying,
Thank you.
Jinx.
And thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So great.
It was a lot of fun.
Like if it's like, I wouldn't mind doing round two, maybe with some more questions from the audience.
Yeah.
So if you have listened this far, like please do to comment on some questions you might want to hear in the future.
Yes, please.
Because I feel like, quarantine's gonna last for a while. We're all gonna go a little bit crazy. But hopefully not too crazy. No. And also we can have some coherent thoughts and some coherent questions and some fun questions. Let's have some fun in quarantine, okay?
Let's make fun out of this, yes.
Have a good time. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
I won't be too far out of the house, so.
Stay safe, stay consensual, and have lots of orgasms. If you
will do. Bye, guys. I wish the same to you.
Bye.